Hi everybody, Debbie here with Debbie Gets Crafty, and I wanted to do a little whip and chat today. This is of the painting that I had just kitted up, my Tree of Life, and this is the one that I got off of Temu, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a whip and chat with you. And I am going to bring my little clock over here so I can make sure I can see how much time. I only want to do maybe a half an hour of a whip and chat, and so this way you don't get too bored. But I also wanted to do a little filming and film my other two kitting up videos that I want to make to kit up the Happy Camper and the Peacock canvases that I have. Today, words escape me. I mean, it's, lately it's every day words escape me, but today especially so. But we're going to work a little bit on our Tree of Life here. And so let's get started. All kitted up, as you saw in the last video. I decided to use this particular pen that my twin sister Judy from All Fired Up Crafting Lounge got me. Isn't that pretty? It's got those beautiful natural colors in it. It just gave me the vibe of this painting, so I just wanted to use it. My husband got me these metal tips. This is a straightener, and this is a tip that came from Cattered on Amazon. And so these are what I will be using. I also have my little, it looks like a mess, but honestly it's fine. It's my little container of blue tack that I have in here. I put the little protective paper over it. And we will use our large white boat today. And of course I use a stopper made from a squishy. I just stuff that right in there, and that makes a stopper. So we're going to get started and work on our painting. All right, so I do need to give it a little light. I'm sorry if that bothers anybody. We're going to zoom in, and wherever we happen to zoom into, let's see here. We could probably go a little closer. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get, well, let's see if we can't start over this way a little bit. There we go. Yeah, we're going to start over here on the side. I did start and do a little tiny bit, just maybe I don't know, 8 or 9 diamonds on here before, just to get started. But we're going to go ahead and really get started on this today. So pardon me while I take my regular glasses off and put my better glasses on. There we go. And so what we're going to do is peel this back. There we are. All right. And we will get started. Oh, I have a feeling, there we are. It's very staticky. So we'll go ahead and just put that right back there. All right. And before I do anything else, I am going to use some of the release papers that I got from Temu as well. I do have about 6 of them that I started using. They're reusable, so that really makes it great. And I put a little paper clip on the ones that I've already started to use from a previous picture and just reuse them again. So we'll go ahead and put some release papers down here. Let's see, we'll do it this way. And we'll go up. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of a block. I don't know how much we'll get done in a half an hour, but that looks good to me. All right. So where to start? Where to begin? And I say we can begin, let's see how far over that goes. Well, we can bring this down a little bit more. There we go. All right. So we'll start here at this first symbol, and that's the letter S. So let me just go ahead, grab our colors, and we will look for the letter S. And we see the letter S. And that is color 839, which is a beautiful earthy brown tone. So we'll go ahead and give this a little shimmy shake off of camera. And there we go. And we have just a few. We don't need very many for this particular part. And we're going to get started. Okay. I hope everybody is having a great day. Every chance I get to spend a little bit of time with my friends here is a great day for me. And I hope the weather is cooperating. We've had a little bit of rain move through where we are, and we are expecting some severe weather to come through. We'll see. I don't know. They always say that, and then in my neck of the woods, for some reason, a lot of times it's not as bad as their forecast makes it sound. In the wintertime, when they say we're supposed to get a lot of snow or something like that, we barely get any where I am. Now, counties around us tend to get slammed, but we're pretty lucky. And just like with the rain, sometimes the forecast will be predicting a gully washer, a lot of rain, or as one of our local meteorologists likes to call it, a toad strangler. I have never heard of that before, but we sometimes just, skate by with a shower. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the business to be in, being a meteorologist, because, even when you're wrong, you still get paid. So, but that's the weather here. Comment below how the weather's been in your area. And what season is it? Because I know there's folks from literally all over the world that view our videos here. And for that, I thank you. And what season is it in your area? I know in Australia, it is either officially winter or very close to it being the actual season of winter. And they've had some cold weather moving through. I know that in Scotland they've had a bit of a heat wave moving through. So I hope everybody is okay from the weather wherever you are. I know that in Texas they had some pretty severe weather moving through, I believe, yesterday. In Florida, where my twin sister Judy is, they've had rain, a ton of rain and storms over the past several weeks, actually. So I know this might look like it's well, the lines aren't straight right now, but they will get straight. I go through and straighten them out, so. But that is the weather where we are today. Let's see, last night in the early evening after dinner, my husband put together Spoto, our little dog Spoto's pool. It's a little foldable pool that we got from a store called Five Below. And put some water in it, was not a big fan. Spoto was not a big fan of it. But after a while, we figured, you know what, we'll just call it a day. And we started to let the water out. And then he brought one of his balls over, one of his football toys over. And I tossed it into the pool. And he walked over to it. And he nudged it with his nose trying to get to it. And it moved the ball. Well, the way it moved the ball, it moved it around the outer edge. So every time he tried to nudge the ball and try to pick up the ball with his mouth, it would move it a little further. So it ended up, he was literally taking laps around the pool, on the outside of the pool, taking laps around the pool, trying to get at that ball. And he finally did. Well, he decided that that was going to be a good game. We invented a new game. So we spent the next little, about a half hour or so playing that. I'm going to call that game around the outside. And then finally he started, being able to put his face in a little bit more and grab the ball, so it made it a little easier for him. But he was having a great time doing that. And I figured, you know what, it's his very first time in a pool like that. So, he was a little nervous. We'll give it a little time. And try it again on a nice warm day. The weather's really warming up, so we'll have the opportunity to make that happen. Sorry folks, I'm off camera, but I see a couple of the letter S symbols down here where I started, and I just want to fill them in real quick. There we go. I'm sure you do that too. Oh, you see a symbol and you're like, let me get that real quick before I put my color away. Okay, so we'll go ahead off camera and put our drills away. This is, I don't know if you saw my last video where I was kidding up. I was talking about the other two canvases that I have that I'm going to do. One of them is the Happy Camper canvas that my husband gave to me. And I think we're going to work on the letter A next. So, it's very confetti heavy, that particular canvas. And this one is pretty confetti heavy as well. Not too bad though. Between 2 and 3 colors you might get in a patch. So that's not too bad. So we're going to do the letter A, which is a nice little mocha color. I don't know if you can see that on camera. The lighting is horrible. I'm so sorry. I am not... I guess what I am is video technology challenged, I guess. But that's all right. We're going to make it. We will make it, I promise. So, yeah, that's very, very... The Happy Campers is very confetti heavy. This one takes a second. Not as bad. Still confetti heavy, but not as bad. I mean, listen, they all can't be, color blocking. That would be boring. You have to have some changes of the color to give it that depth, to create the light and the depth. So, of course, and you want to use all the colors of the rainbow and all the colors in the crayon box, however you want to put it. This one I was attracted to because I showed you in my last video the painting that I had finished of the gnome on the beach, and that was really brightly colored, which for good reason, because of course, it's a summertime video. Oops, sorry. Hang on just a second here. See, technical difficulties. There we go. Oh, a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can't get that just a little bit more tight. There we are. Okay. The gnome picture on the beach. Lots of bright colors. Very light, fun and festive. And this one, I was drawn to it because of the beautiful earthen tones and muted colors. So yeah, I bounce back and forth between, you know, between the two types of genres, you know, or I don't know how you want to color palettes, I guess, between the bright, festive, fun, and the more earthy, muted tones. But I was really excited to do this. And as a matter of fact, my husband actually borrowed this particular Tree of Life picture, and he traced it. He's going to burn it on a piece of wood. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to turn out. He's so talented. And, oh, I see two more that I missed. He's super talented. And so he is going to get a piece of wood to burn that image on. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to turn out. And so off camera again, we will put these drills away. There we go. Got one that didn't want to get out of the pool. There you go. And we will go on to the next color, which is going to be the letter O. And the letter O is right here. That is color number 779. Also a deep, rich brown. And we have a little yellow one that was a straggler. There we go. Okay. I know lots of people who, when they diamond paint, they'll shake the tray and they'll give it a little tap and they all fall into these beautiful rows and stuff. I can't. I mean, I know it looks pretty good. I mean, pretty good from my perspective, but I mean, they can get them like every single drill that they put in there is in a neat little row. No, that's not me. I can't do that. I am not that good. But I got most of them. The number that I'll need is just exactly what I'll need, and they'll be face up. Let's see. Now, just looking at this, while I'm working on it, I do need to make note that the symbol O that I'm working on right now, and the symbol D, like David, they are very close. They're both in white. They're written in white over top of their color. And they are very, very close in style. So if you were to get this particular painting, you would really want to be careful, and you need to pay close attention to the symbols, because the D's and the O's are really close. And now the O is a little bit more of a brown. I don't know what the D is. Yeah, the D is as well. So this particular brown for the O is a little bit more on the red. It's got a little bit more of a tone of red in it. And the D has a little bit more of a tone of, I would say, like black in it, to where it gives it a bit deeper tone. That's going to be the only difference. I mean, the letter, the shape itself, you really have to be careful. And like I said, on the canvas itself, the two colors are very, very, very close. So you just have to be mindful of that. That being said, it looks like I've covered all of the O's that I needed to cover. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that these all get put back. There we go. One last one. There we are. And now we will go on to the letter D, like David. And where are you? Where are you? There you are. And that letter D is 3021, 3021. And this has a bit more of a, I don't know, I want to say it's a deeper, like a dark chocolate, as to where the other one was more of maybe a milk chocolate. So again, just be mindful of that. Sorry. Give me just a second here. There we go. The drill didn't want to cooperate. We'll have none of that. Here we go. And then we'll go right here. I usually start from the corner, the bottom left corner, and work my way across that way. But today I just felt like starting somewhere else just to be different, and whatever angle the camera caught best was where I was going to start for this filming. So because I'm not into the fuss and the muss, I want to get diamond painting. So that's what we're doing. I am hoping to get a little bit of a cross stitch video maybe this week. Whoops, that was upside down. There we go. Maybe a little bit of a whip and chat on the cross stitch. I've done a little bit of it. Honestly, I've not really paid too much time to it. So I've been really bad lately with it. But my schedule has been crazy with work. So I'm hoping that with my schedule getting back to some kind of a normal, if you can call it that, then I'll be able to in the morning maybe devote a little bit of time. If you saw my first whip and chat with my cross stitch, I had parked several threads to work on. Well, it got to where, I wasn't really doing too much of filming with it. So, and I really wanted to get it going. So I did work on those areas. So I'm going to go ahead and park some more threads in different spots. And we'll start, fresh again with some of the newer areas that I want to park some thread. Other than that, nothing else is really going on. The heat is settling in. I've not been working on my cross stitch the way I really want to. But, with a puppy, your time isn't, all yours anymore. And that's fine. We love him. He is the light of our lives. Getting big, getting sassy. Other than that, honestly, nothing else is going on. We're hoping in the next couple of weeks or so, if the weather cooperates and maybe we catch a cool spell on a weekend, we might go on a picnic. So that would be fun. Like I say, the summer weather is starting to settle in, so we don't get outside that much. I mean, we have to with the dog, but as far as activities, we're not people that like the heat, so, and the humidity. So, I mean, we will be outside, like I said, for the dog, but as far as like camping or anything, typically we'll camp in late March, throughout April, and throughout the beginning of May. But by the time Memorial Day weekend arrives, we pretty much will end our camping adventures until autumn, September, October. Usually around my birthday, which is in late October, excuse me, is when we'll go ahead and take our last camping trip. So I'm going to work on the letter F, and the letter F is right here, which is 833. Oh wow, I poured way too much out. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Much better. All right, so we'll begin from the bottom here. So yeah, and then, so we usually don't, you know, we're not, like I said, with the dog, of course we will be this year, but what we'll do is we'll have our canopy that we'll set up, and Spud will have his little pool. Todd and I can sit in our camp chairs and dip our feet in the pool. And we have a fire pit that we'll enjoy if weather permits. So that'll be fun this summer. We're hoping that next year Spodo will be a year old, and periodically we'll be setting up our tent. We've already done it once this year, set it up in our backyard, and just to see how he would react. Well, he reacted very well. He loved it. Didn't mind being in it at all. I mean, sleeping in it is going to be probably something different, but spending some time in it, he was fine. We were, you know, all three of us together in the tent, just sitting there. Todd and I set up a table and chairs in there. It was during Memorial Day weekend, as a matter of fact. We set up a table and chairs, our camping table and chairs, as a matter of fact, and we had one of our dinners that weekend in the tent. And that was a lot of fun, and Spoda was in there, and he was fine. He was walking around like, you know, getting a feel for the place. And he loved it. So hopefully when it comes time for him to spend the night in there, he'll be okay with it. So doing a couple of test runs won't necessarily be a bad thing. And let's see here. We're going to do the next color, which I picked the Z, which is 371. We only need a few of those. A little shimmy shake. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And yeah, Todd and I are more autumn, winter, and spring people. Not so much summer. And I know so many more people that would much rather have the hotter weather, the warmer weather. go. Oh, no, I have a few more that I wanted to do of Z. There we go. And we'll do two more. One and a two right there. Okay. All right, and I think we'll do one more color, and I think that color is going to be the color C. C is a beautiful green. Oh, it's a bright green too. Ooh, I like it. Almost like a lime green. It's really pretty. And that's 702. It's a really, really pretty color green. And we'll throw the C. There we go. Oh, got stuck. Leave it to me. So this way, at least we got a little bit of a WIP and chat in, a little time to enjoy each other's company. My husband is currently in the living room watching his NASCAR race. So I figured, well, while he was doing that, I could visit with my friends. And just catch up with you a little bit. I never know what to say when it comes time for a WIP and chat. That's why I don't do too many of them. If you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to drop those in the comment section below. Please, friends, be kind. I appreciate that. I also wanted to talk about, I am on the cusp, the verge of gathering my first 300 subscribers. And I would ask, if you have not yet subscribed, if you're considering it, please do consider subscribing to my channel. It's a wee little channel right now, but with your help and support, we can grow this into something amazing. I am having the time of my life. I enjoy bringing you videos. I enjoy doing product reviews with you, and I enjoy these WIP and chats. Even though I don't really know what to say half the time, I really do enjoy visiting with you, and I really appreciate the positive feedback that I get. I appreciate the negative feedback I get. If there's anybody who's got any suggestions that on something that you think I could do better, by all means, I appreciate it. I always try to take any constructive criticism and make it into a learning experience, because I've never done this before. This is my first time ever having a YouTube channel. This is my first time ever putting myself out there like this. You know, just sitting here and talking and working on a project like this. I've never done this before, and so I might be missing out on an opportunity that you might have thought of. And if you have thought of an opportunity I might be able to take advantage of, well, by all means, I am ready, willing, and able to listen and take that suggestion, and we'll work on it. And because this channel would be nothing without you, and you are very important to me. Well, so I just want to tell you how much I appreciate that. I know we've run a little over a half an hour, but I want to get these this color down here on this particular little section. And I've not, made an official, specific section. I'm not that kind of gal. I fly by the seat of my pants. I figured this amount looks good, so we can work on that. And I'm not even going to finish it all right now, because like I said, we are a skosh over that half-hour mark, so I don't want to bore you too much. But I am having a good time. I will also be doing, in the very near future, another Temu haul. My husband has been at it again, and he placed another order with Temu. So once that comes in, and a lot of it will be crafting related, as he makes beautiful jewelry. So it'll be a lot of beads, it'll be just jewelry related. One or two items that are not jewelry related, but for the most part a lot of it is. So be on the lookout for that video as well. And I certainly hope that I've not been blocking this the whole time. Good grief. Cecil B. DeMille, I am not. And I know that's a person that most of you have probably never heard of. So, all right. These few are being covered up by that paper right there, and that's okay. We'll get to those eventually. So, that I think is going to wrap it up for today's little whip and chat. I was probably off camera for most of that. Again, I am not a cinematographer, so I will turn that light out there and you can see that a little better. Well, there you go. It's coming along nicely. I like it. So what I'm going to do is cover this up. There we go. And smooth that over. Put my diamond painting equipment away. There we go. Excellent. We'll zoom back out. There we go. You know what I'll do? I'll even take off the paper. There we go. So today we were able to get a small section done. There we go. So we get right there and part of right here done. That section right there. I think it came out pretty darn good. And so until we see each other again, my friends, on another crafty adventure, it'll most likely be the kitting up of my Happy Camper diamond painting. Until I see you again, thanks so much for stopping by and visiting with me for a little while. You mean the world to me, and I really appreciate you. God bless. Have a great day. Bye now.